No, it's an interaction session, ma. If you respond, then only I can understand. Is Python is the first programming language, or before that, do you have any experience with other programming languages? Hope my voice audible, right? Hello, Sagar sir, is my voice audible?
Yes, yes, your voice is audible.
Okay, sir, but these people are not responding, so I got a doubt. Okay,
Okay, okay. Maybe it's the first session, so yeah,
okay, okay.
later they'll be used to this.
Yeah, right. Good evening, ma. Myself, I'm Krishna Chaitanya. I'm a Python faculty, and totally I have 6 years of experience in Python. Today, we'll discuss the basics of Python. So when I'm explaining any topic, if you have any doubt in between, you can ask me. It's not a big deal. Don't fear to ask the question. Yes. Generally, the Python is called as general purpose high level programming language. So first we'll try to understand why Python is called as general purpose programming language.
Chaitanya, you can share the screen, please.
Yeah, 1 minute. I hope my screen is visible to you, sir.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So first we'll try to understand why Python is called as general purpose programming language. So if you are using any programming language for developing the multiple application, then it will be called as general purpose programming language. So here, using the Python, I can develop a plenty of application. I can develop multiple applications using the Python. That's why it is called as general purpose programming language. So if any programming language is dedicated to perform multiple applications, then it will be called as general purpose programming language. So immediately one question will arise in our mind. What type of applications we can develop using the Python? So using the Python programming language, we can develop a simple desktop application. So the best example for the desktop applications is we can develop a simple calculator. So this calculator can perform basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and it also performs a basic logical operations. But to perform these arithmetic and logical operations, background we have to write a program. This program is implemented using the Python programming language. It is the first example. Yeah. Using the Python, we can also develop the web applications. For developing the web applications, we should have strong foundation in Python programming language. After that, we have to understand the front-end technologies. The front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So these front-end technologies we have to understand. Then we have to learn one of the framework. Either it can be Django or Flask. So once if we are strong in the Python, then we have to understand the front-end technologies. After that, we have to understand one of the framework. But most of the applications are going with the Django. Why? Because as compared to Flask, Django will be easy. So once if you are strong in Python, front-end technologies and framework, you can develop the applications related to websites. And we are also use the Python for developing the machine learning applications. So these are the trending technologies like data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. For all these technologies, the background is Python. So for developing different type of applications, first we have to understand Python. So for developing machine learning applications, we should have a strong foundation on the Python. Then after that, we have to understand data analysis libraries. Once after understanding the data analysis libraries, we have to learn machine learning algorithms. Like linear regression algorithm, non-linear regression algorithm, and CNN algorithm. So different types of applications, different types of algorithms will be there. Based on our application, we have to choose one of the algorithm. I can give you one simple example or one simple application in the machine learning. Already I have taken a system. This system is trained with the different facial expressions of the person. Like if the person is happy, one data set will be there. Using that data system, using that data set, system is trained. And if the person is angry, one data set will be there. And with that data set, system will be trained. If the person is neutral, one data set will be there. Already system is trained with that corresponding the data set. Then person has to stand in front of the laptop. In the laptop, we have a camera. Camera will capture the person's image, and this image will be given as input to the trained data sets. So according to the facial expressions, it will tell what is the facial expression, whether person is happy or whether person is sad, whether person is angry. So by doing the comparison, we can understand facial expressions of the person. According to that, we are going to play the music also. If the person is in the happy mood, happy related song will be played. If the person is in the sad mood, the sad related song will be played. So these things will be done automatically. And we can also predict the gender of the person, and we can also predict the age of the person. This is one application. And another application, if any leaf is suffering with the disease, it is suffering with which disease also we can find. What is the health status? Whether it is healthy or unhealthy. If it is unhealthy, it is suffering with which disease? Bacteria or viral or fungus. And along with that, you can also find name of the leaf, whether it is tomato leaf or whether it is any other leaves, or we can find out using the machine learning application. Ma, are you following, Ma? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Hope you are following the class. Thank you. Yeah. And using the Python, we can also develop the applications related to data science. And using the Python programming language, we can also develop the applications in embedded systems and IoT applications. In the field of embedded systems and IoT, we are using the Python. So nowadays, most of the applications are going with the Raspberry Pi. To interact with Raspberry Pi, we need one programming language, that is a Python. So using the Python programming language, we can interact with the Raspberry Pi. Nowadays, we are listening the word Alexa. This Alexa is purely implemented using the IoT technology. And maybe, I think you have seen this movie like Avanu. Like when the person enters into the one particular room, lights and fans gets on. When the person moves away from that particular room, previous room lights and fans gets off. The next room fans and lights gets on. This is purely implemented by which technology? Obviously IoT. And maybe I think you have traveled in the metro trains. So when you enters into the metro train, we have to show our metro tag. So if you have any balance in your metro tag, door will be open. So there also you are using IoT technology. And once train enters into the metro station, automatically doors will be open. And once if you enters into the metro station, we can get announcement also, and we can see the display also. This entire credit goes to IoT only. And to develop embedded systems and IoT applications also, we are using the Python. And we can also use Python for developing the video games. And in the field of animations also, we can use Python. Yeah. Now tell me, Ma, we are using the Python for developing only one application or multiple applications? Yeah, anyone can respond, Ma. I'm waiting for your answer. Here we are developing multiple applications or single applications using the Python.
Multiple applications.
Yeah, exactly. We are developing the multiple applications using the Python. That's why Python is called as general purpose programming language. Yeah, now we'll try to understand why Python is called as high level programming language. Yeah. So basically the Python programming language is simple and easy to understand. And one of the main reason is if you observe the syntax of the Python, it is similar to English. Yeah. If you want to learn Java programming language, definitely we require prerequisite programming language as a C and C++. But if you want to learn Python, we don't require any C and C++ knowledge basics. Directly, you can start with the Python. To understand Python program, if you know the English programming language, it's more than enough. I'm not saying joke, it's real one. If you are good at English, understanding Python program, it's a very, very easy. And when you are reading the Python program, you don't feel you're working with a language. Simply you feel that you are reading English statements. Like that's why now Python is becoming more and more popular as compared to other programming languages. That's why I can say that Python is easy as compared to other programming languages also. I'll give you one example, Ma, then you can understand. For the range of 1 to 11, so actually, what is the meaning of this two statements means range function is going to produce elements from 1 to 10. So in the range function, we have 1 to 10 elements. So all these elements will be given to the variable p one by one, and the corresponding value will be printed on the console using the printf statement. See, when you see these two statements, these are similar to English language. These are not looking like a Python. That's why I can say that Python is a very simple and very easy programming language. And I can give you another example. Ma. I declare a string. I want to search one character in the string. So we are writing if k in s. So when you write k in s, the Python interpreter checks the character k is available in the string or not. If it is available, then it is going to return true. Yeah, if the corresponding character is available in the string, then it will return true. In other programming language, how many lines of code we have to write? We have to declare a string, and using the for loop, we have to access the string. We have to access character by character. Then we have to compare our required character with the for loop characters. If both are matched, then we are going to display character matched or character available. But see, in Python, the searching related things becomes very easy for the end user because of the keyword like in. So even for developing the application also, the Python language will take very less lines code by comparing with the other programming languages. Then, do you have any idea who is the father of Python, or who has the who has developed the Python programming language? Yeah, I'm waiting for your reply. Okay, I think you don't know. Guido van Rossum. He is the father of Python. Actually, he was developed the Python in the year 1989, but it was available to the public in the year 1991. Before 2016, most of the software applications are implemented using the Java. But after 2016, IT industry is purely by Python. So after the 2016, people are slowly migrating to Python. Why? Because as compared to Java, Python will be very simple. That's why the people are slowly migrating to Python for developing their applications. So I'll give you two simple examples, then you can understand which programming language will be the best, whether C is best or whether Python is the best. So why I'm comparing C with Python means the syntax of the C++, Java will be similar. So that's why I'm going to compare C with the Python. Yeah. Are you following, Ma? Are you understanding my terminologies?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, Ma. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, Ma. Thank you. So in the C programming language, I want to print welcome on the console. Can anyone give me idea how many lines of code I have to write? Mute your speaker, Ma. If you want to answer, you can unmute. But if you don't want to answer, mute your speaker. Yeah. In C programming language, execution always starts from the main. If you want to print any data on the console, we are using one predefined function. It is a printf. And the corresponding data should be enclosed within the double quotes. Welcome. Yeah. So when I run this program, it is going to display welcome on the console. Yeah. Now tell me, Ma, how many lines of code I have written to print welcome on the console? Yeah, just count the number of lines and tell me, Ma, how many lines of code I have written here to print welcome on the console.
Sir, 5.
I think 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines of code we have written in the C programming language. See, I want to print the same welcome on the console using the Python language. See how many lines of code it will take. So for the Python, always I'll prefer the IDLE software. Once after getting experience with IDLE, you can move to the latest softwares like Anaconda, Jupyter, these softwares you can use. But for the beginner, always I'll prefer the IDLE software. Yeah. See, here I'm going to write only one line of code. Print, and the corresponding data should be enclosed with the double quotes. Welcome. Now, when I run this program, it is going to display welcome on the console. Tell me, Ma, how many lines of code I have written in Python?
One line, sir.
One line. But whereas C language is taking 4 lines. If you compare,
Python లో ఇండెంటేషన్ వస్తుంది సార్.
yeah,
మీరు సెమికోలన్ పెడుతున్నారు, ఇండెంటేషన్ కోలన్ వస్తుంది కదా పైథాన్.
colon is not required. The colon, semicolon is required only in the C language. So when you are working with indentation, when you are working with if condition, else block, when you want to represent the blocks, then we have to write colon. Like
Sir,
if, yeah,
sir, compared to Java, Python కి కోడ్ రాయడం లెస్ ఉంటుంది కదా సార్.
అవును.
మిగతా వాటితో కంపేర్ చేస్తే పైథాన్ కి చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ ఉంటుంది. అంటే
Yeah,
code
obviously. If you take data science and machine learning applications, those purely possible with Python and R programming language only. Those cannot possible with the Java.
సరే, అండ్ అది ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కూడా.
No, artificial intelligence,
Data
Then IoT, for IoT applications also mostly we are going with Python and Raspberry Pi only. Raspberry Pi applications cannot be done with Java also.
it's fine.
Yeah. So when you are writing if condition, then we have to mention the colon. So when you are talking about blocks like for loop, functions, at that time we have to mention the colon. Semicolon is optional in Python, it's not mandatory. I hope are you clear with my answer?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So comparatively, Python is taking less lines as compared to other programming languages. And I'll take another example. So using the C language, I want to perform a simple arithmetic operation. Can anyone guide me? How many variables I have to declare to perform a simple arithmetic operation?
Into integer
Exactly, ma. We have to declare two variables into A comma B.
b.
So A is equals to 10. Just I'm initializing the variables, ma.
Initialization
B is equals to 20. And finally, you can write printf.
into
And we have to use the format specifier. For example, if you want to print integer value, we have to use percentile D format,
percentage d
comma A plus B.
a plus
And when you run this program, it is going to display 30 on the console. First, tell me how many lines of code you have written in the C language? 7 lines.
yes, sir.
Is it correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We have written 7 lines of code. And one more thing, C programming language, before declaring any variable, mandatory to mention type of a variable. If you don't mention the type of a variable, you will get error. So first important rule is,
సార్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చేయకుండా ఆన్సర్ వస్తుందా?
yeah,
వేరియబుల్ ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చేయకుండా డైరెక్ట్ గా డిక్లేర్ చేసి వస్తుందా?
now the error also. When you are working with the C language, if I write A is equals to 10, it will give you
రన్ టైమ్
error.
లో అవుట్పుట్ రావాలి సార్.
Yeah.
రన్ టైమ్ లో 10 + 20 30 రావాలా ఇవ్వకుండా.
Yeah, that's you declared the variable now. You declared A is an integer type of variable and you declared B also integer type of variable. But what I am saying, try to understand. In C language, when you are declaring a variable, we have to mention the type. What is the type of a variable? If you don't write int, then you will get error. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's the first rule. Mandatory to mention type of a variable. Second one, C programming language, every statement should end with a semicolon. If you're not giving semicolon, definitely it will give you the left and right. Means it will give you the error. So every statement should end with a semicolon. End with semicolon. Yeah. And so for example, you mentioned A is an integer type of variable. During the program, if you are trying to manipulate the A value with some other type, so it will give you error. You mentioned that A is an integer type of value, but how you can assign float type of value? It's not possible in C language. Immediately it is going to give error. So it can hold only integer value throughout the program. And the third one, we have to use format specifier to print the value on the console. We have to use format specifier. So this is one more rule. Depends upon the type. If you are working with integer type, we have to use percentile D format specifier. If you are working with a float type of variable, we have to use percentile F format specifier. But using the format specifier is a mandatory. So these many rules are there when you are working with a C language. But all these rules we can overcome when you are moving to Python. So in the Python, when you are declaring a variable, no need to mention type of a variable. In Python, when you are declaring a variable, no need to mention type of a variable. Here, based on the assigned value, the type will be taken automatically. One more time I'm repeating now. In Python, no need to declare type of a variable. Based on the assigned value, the type will be taken automatically. That's it. And here we are assigning integer value. So the Python interpreter takes the type as integer. Now b is equals to 20. So I declare two integer variables. So finally I'm going to perform addition operation. Print a plus b. So when you run this program, it is going to display the output as 30. First of all, tell me how many lines of code you have written here.
3 lines, sir.
3 lines,
Whereas C language has taken how many lines of code?
7 lines.
C language has taken 7 lines. Now,
Yes, sir.
as a comparatively, which programming language is taking less lines?
Sir, Python library
Python.
functions are inbuilt, sir.
What? Come again?
Library functions are inbuilt, na?
Yeah. కొన్ని libraries inbuilt ఉంటాయి like NumPy, Pandas, like CSV files. So few libraries are inbuilt.
Okay.
So here, the first problem with the C language is when you are declaring a variable, mandatory to mention type of a variable. But in Python, when you are declaring a variable, no need to mention type of a variable. So based on the assigned value, the type will be taken automatically. That is the first one. Second one, in C language, every statement should end with a semicolon. But in Python, no need to end with a semicolon. It's optional. If you write semicolon also, nothing will happen. If you don't write semicolon also, nothing will happen. And here the variable can hold any type of value. Previously it is holding integer type. Now I can assign float type of value also. It will be executed. It will not give any error. So when you run, it is going to display 12.9. And one more thing, in the C programming language, if you want to print any data on the console, we have to use format specifier. But in Python, no need to use any format specifier. Just we have to mention the value. Automatically that corresponding value will be printed on the console.